All right, hello and welcome to the Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show, brought to you by the Daily News. To my left, we have our Black Bear of the game, Broc Mortensen. Broc, you drove in 3 runs today, and including the first run batted in, walk with the bases loaded in the first inning. And, Jacob Simpson yesterday told me what needed to change for today is you guys had to come in and punch him in the mouth. You walked with the bases loaded, Wilson Weber with the 2 RBIs to come in, and honestly, you guys didn't look back from there. And looking at that scoreboard, just the 1 run after. So what was the difference in approach today against Portland, though?
I think it was just energy because, yesterday we came in. We had a good mindset yesterday, but we were pretty flat. So today come in with, energy. And, Portland, they're not really a rival, but this year it's kind of been seeming like it's a rival. Yeah, the base-loaded walk was nice. It's the easiest way to do it. Yeah. So you got to love it. But, no, yeah, I think the energy just coming out today, we really did a good job of just putting pressure on and keeping pressure on. And that's the only way you're going to beat this team because they have so many arms. They have 30 pitchers. So
I think they used 6 or 7 today.
Yeah, they're never going to run out of arms, so you have to just stay on them. Yeah.
You guys jumped on Chris Beitas pretty hard today. He hadn't allowed 4 runs all season, and then he surrendered 4 runs in this game. Now, you're talking about slumping a little bit. How did it feel to get that base hit off your shoulders and then knocking another run later on?
Yeah, it's been a tough week or 2, actually probably 2 if we're really being honest, but no, it felt really good to get that one out of the way, especially against the lefty, like the lefty-lefty matchup. I really like when you beat a lefty as a lefty, it feels way better than it does as a righty.
Well, they brought him in just for you, Riku, and Stinson, so that's why they put him in there. And I think all of you punished him. I think everybody reached base against him.
No, yeah. After I got on and Riku and Stinny got on before me, it was just like a big slap in the face to their whole dugout and their coaching staff. Because it's like you're playing the matchup game, but it didn't work out in your favor, and it kind of blew up in your face, so that was nice.
Well, it's tough. All you guys are big on-base guys. I think Stinny got it was his 7th multi-hit game of the season, something crazy like that, and Riku walked 3 times. As a team, you guys walked 11 times, and walking hasn't really been something that this team's been known for. You guys put the ball in play a lot, but is that something that you were looking to do a little bit more today, or just like you were taking what the staff was giving you?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't have a conversation about it, but as a group of hitters, I feel like we just need to slow the game down, and that's exactly what we did today, because a lot of the times we get people on base and we get runners on, but we can't string anything together, usually because we're trying to jump on something too early on the count, or we're trying to look for the perfect pitch when it's really just take your hit. If you see a strike, you get it and poke it out to left field. But yeah, like you said, Stinny getting his multi-hit game, it's regular for that kid at this point. And Riku going 1 for 2 with 3 walks.
That's another regular for him as well.
That kid's probably the toughest out in our team. Yeah.
Oh, easily. He's got such great control of the strike zone. He falls behind 0-2 and he walks.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's unreal.
And it's not just a height thing, right?
It's not.
When you see him, it's more
Yeah, he controls the zone unlike anybody I've ever seen, and he knows when to swing. He knows when to. And you just saw it right there. A routine ground ball, double play, just put it in your pocket if you're the second baseman.
Oh, yeah. I even said it on the call. I said, well, they throw over to first, and, he might as well eat it. You're not catching Riku on a double play ball. Never. All right, leave it to Broc right here, talking about his teammates here on his day up here in the booth. This is their second time up here, I think, right? Yeah, didn't even have to hit her dinger this time around. Just knocking in 3 runs and a 9-1 victory. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun here today. So tomorrow, huge game. You only have 4 divisional games left here in the second half, which is crazy to think about. But you guys are mostly playing North teams. You're 3-2. You want to try to, A, protect a winning record in the second half right now, and then, B, the Black Bears have never beaten the Pickles in a 3-game series since the Pickles joined the West Coast League. You think you guys have what it takes to do it tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing though is we don't just don't think about it.
Oh,
you know
of course.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Just come out.
I have to ask these.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But just come out today like we did, and just have fun, playing the hacky sack 10 minutes before first pitch.
Love watching. Yeah. I almost want to broadcast that as a pregame thing.
Yeah, doing that. It's a great way to stay loose. You can't really take it too seriously because when you take it too seriously, that's when you really start pushing. Right. And when you start pushing and pressing, then that's when things don't go your way. And I think that's what we did a good job of today, is just not pressing, just letting the game come to us, and did a good job of it.
Is that also your personal philosophy just as a player? Never try to get too serious. Just even if you're struggling or even if you're doing really well, just try to keep an even keel and enjoy the game?
Absolutely. The moment I get in the box and my bat wiggle gets a little too fast, I'm like, okay, you got to slow it down a little bit. Yeah.
All right, Broc. Excellent, man. A lot of good stuff today. And, man, yeah, we're going to have you up here more often. You and Stinny, man, you guys are great up here. Long interviews, a lot of fun, and a great baseball game for you today. So, what, 1 for 2 with the sack fly, 3 ribbies? I think that's the route, right?
I think so. Or 1 for 3, probably. I think 1 for 3.
1 for 3? Let's double check right here. It was 1 for 3. See, you're right. You know even more than I do.
On it, yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. Broc Mortensen, ladies and gentlemen, and he was a big part of the Black Bears' 9-1 victory here today. Drove in a third of their runs, and will look to help them win against the Portland Pickles, and for the second, or rather the third time this season, and hopefully beat them in a series for the first time in Black Bears franchise history. A big thank you goes out to Justin Ford behind the camera and pushing all the buttons on the TV side for all the excellent work he does. Over to Jacob Ackerman back over at KDO for keeping us on the air and playing all those commercials while we wait for Broc to sign autographs for his adoring fans here today. Listen, I can't blame him. He's a nice guy. He promised a kid, and he went over. And then I know you couldn't just sign one kid's ball, right? You have to get everybody.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. So, Broc, once again, thank you for coming in. And, of course, thank you at home, whether you're tuned in on YouTube or KDOAM.com. We're happy that you're with us, and you can catch us on all those platforms tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. as the Black Bears look to win the series against the Pickles, and coverage will start at 6:30 p.m. You can also get tickets at CalixBlackBears.com. Once again, final score, Black Bears win a big one, their second biggest margin of victory of the season. They win it by a score of 9-1, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 6:35. So take care, have a great evening, and as always, stay frosty. Have a good night, everybody.